Have you ever noticed that the loudest person in the room is often the most insecure? True confidence isn't about bravado or arrogance. It's about a deep-seated sense of self-worth that radiates outwards. It's about carrying yourself with a quiet strength, knowing your value without needing to shout it from the rooftops. In this video, we're going to delve into 9 subtle signs of a truly confident man. These aren't the flashy displays of braggadocio that we often associate with confidence, but rather the subtle, often overlooked behaviors that speak volumes about a man's inner strength and self-assurance. These are the men who walk through the world with a quiet dignity, who command respect without demanding it, and who inspire others through their actions, not their words. Let's explore the characteristics that set these men apart and see how we can cultivate these qualities within ourselves.
One of the most striking characteristics of a truly confident man is his ability to listen. He understands that true communication is a two-way street, and that listening is just as important as speaking. He's not preoccupied with dominating the conversation or impressing others with his own knowledge. Instead, he's genuinely interested in what others have to say, and he listens with an open mind and a willingness to learn. He asks thoughtful questions, seeks clarification when needed, and remembers what he's been told. He doesn't interrupt or try to steer the conversation in a particular direction. His focus is on understanding the other person's perspective, not on promoting his own. This willingness to listen stems from a place of security within himself. He doesn't feel the need to constantly assert his dominance or prove his worth through words. He's comfortable in his own skin, and that allows him to be fully present and engaged in the moment, truly listening to what others have to share.
A confident man isn't afraid to admit when he's wrong. He understands that everyone makes mistakes, and that acknowledging those mistakes is a sign of strength, not weakness. He doesn't try to hide his errors or shift blame onto others. Instead, he owns up to his shortcomings, takes responsibility for his actions, and learns from his experiences. This willingness to admit fault comes from a place of humility and self-awareness. He recognizes that he doesn't have all the answers, and that he's constantly learning and growing. He doesn't let his ego get in the way of personal growth and development. In fact, acknowledging his mistakes allows him to become a better version of himself. It's a testament to his commitment to personal integrity and his desire to live a life aligned with his values.
A truly confident man isn't afraid to be wrong. He doesn't see being wrong as a personal failing, but as an opportunity for growth and learning. He approaches challenges with a flexibility of mind, willing to consider different perspectives and adapt his approach as needed. He doesn't cling to rigid beliefs or refuse to acknowledge evidence that contradicts his preconceived notions. Instead, he's open to new information, willing to change his mind when presented with compelling arguments, and comfortable admitting when he doesn't have all the answers. This intellectual humility is a hallmark of true confidence. It stems from an understanding that knowledge is a journey, not a destination, and that there's always more to learn. He's not afraid to venture into uncharted territory, to ask questions, to challenge the status quo, and to risk being wrong in the pursuit of truth and understanding.
A man of genuine confidence doesn't need constant validation from others. He doesn't seek approval for his choices, his actions, or his beliefs. He's guided by his own internal compass, his own values, and his own sense of what's right. He doesn't need external validation to feel good about himself or to justify his decisions. This independence of thought and action is a powerful indicator of inner strength. It stems from a deep-seated sense of self-worth that isn't contingent on the opinions of others. He's comfortable in his own skin, and he trusts his own judgment. He doesn't need to conform to societal expectations or seek the approval of the crowd to feel validated. He's his own man, and he's not afraid to stand out from the crowd.
A confident man isn't threatened by the success of others. He celebrates the accomplishments of those around him and offers genuine praise and encouragement. He doesn't feel the need to put others down to elevate himself. Instead, he recognizes that acknowledging the strengths and achievements of others doesn't diminish his own worth. It's a sign of maturity and self-assurance. His ability to praise others sincerely stems from a place of abundance. He understands that there's enough success to go around and that celebrating the achievements of others doesn't detract from his own accomplishments. He's secure enough in his own abilities to recognize and appreciate the talents of others. He views the success of others as an inspiration, not a threat.
A confident man is a lifelong learner. He approaches the world with an open mind, constantly seeking new knowledge and perspectives. He doesn't cling to rigid beliefs or dismiss ideas that challenge his existing worldview. He's willing to consider different viewpoints, engage in thoughtful debate, and revise his opinions when presented with compelling evidence. This intellectual curiosity is a hallmark of true confidence. It stems from an understanding that knowledge is an ongoing process and that there's always more to learn and discover. He doesn't shy away from intellectual challenges or fear the unknown. Instead, he embraces the opportunity to expand his understanding, broaden his horizons, and challenge his own assumptions. He recognizes that intellectual growth requires a willingness to be open to new ideas and to be wrong on occasion.
A truly confident man handles pressure and adversity with grace and composure. He doesn't let stress get the better of him or allow setbacks to derail his progress. He remains calm under fire, thinks clearly in challenging situations, and makes rational decisions even when faced with uncertainty. This composure is a reflection of his inner strength and his ability to regulate his emotions. He doesn't allow external circumstances to dictate his mood or behavior. Instead, he maintains a sense of inner peace and stability, even in the midst of chaos. He understands that calmness and clarity of thought are essential for navigating difficult situations effectively. He doesn't panic or make rash decisions. He takes a step back, assesses the situation, and responds in a measured and thoughtful manner.
A confident man doesn't shy away from making decisions. He trusts his judgment, weighs his options carefully, and makes choices with conviction. He doesn't procrastinate or second-guess himself endlessly. He understands that indecision can be paralyzing, and that taking action, even if it means making a mistake, is often better than remaining stuck in a state of uncertainty. This decisiveness stems from a place of self-trust. He believes in his ability to make sound judgments, and he's not afraid to take ownership of his choices. He doesn't need to seek constant reassurance or validation from others before making a move. He gathers the necessary information, considers the potential consequences, and then makes a decision, confident in his ability to handle the outcome, whatever it may be.
A man of true confidence doesn't dwell on problems. He acknowledges challenges, but he doesn't allow them to consume him. He focuses on finding solutions, taking action, and moving forward. He doesn't waste time complaining or indulging in self-pity. He understands that dwelling on problems only amplifies their negative impact. Instead, he adopts a proactive approach, seeking ways to overcome obstacles and create positive change. This solution-oriented mindset is a hallmark of true confidence. It stems from a belief in his ability to affect change and to shape his own destiny. He doesn't see himself as a victim of circumstance, but as an agent of change. He's empowered by the belief that he can find solutions, overcome challenges, and create a better future for himself and those around him.
These 9 quiet signs are not merely superficial traits, but rather reflections of a deeper inner strength and self-assurance. They are the hallmarks of a man who has integrated himself, who understands his own worth, and who moves through the world with a quiet confidence that commands respect and inspires others. Remember, true confidence is not about arrogance or bravado. It's about a deep-seated sense of self-worth that radiates outwards. It's about being comfortable in your own skin, knowing your value without needing to shout it from the rooftops. Strive to cultivate these qualities within yourself, not for the sake of external validation, but for the sake of becoming a better man. A man of substance, a man who walks through the world with a quiet dignity and unwavering self-assurance.